You feel a
I feel super connected with her, and the music that we made is gonna be awesome. And I'm so.
How many
excited
songs
for
did you
it.
do?
It was one song,
Okay.
but in total, I was like, "This is one of the best songs I ever wrote."
Really?
Yeah.
Yay!
It was an amazing.
Where's
feeling.
it gonna live? When do we hear it?
Hey,
You don't
not
know
up
yet.
to me.
Okay.
So.
Okay, here we go.
Coffees.
Oh, it's like a reunion here.
I love this woman, y'all. Now, how well do you two know each other?
Oh my God, I love her.
I know. I've been loving Jenny.
I've been a fan.
Oh, come on.
No, see, every time I have this
No,
moment,
please don't start that.
they always treat me like, girl, no, and it's like, Kelly don't understand.
Cause she got an Oscar and I don't.
It don't matter.
You want one?
I grew up like, I'm fanning out. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see
I
it.
love her.
Hey,
from it
guys,
now.
hey,
Stop
hey.
it from
I
it.
love this woman. I admire her so much on so many levels. And
Do you
from
want to
her
make out, you
artistry
girls? I don't mind watching you
to
make
her
out if you love each other.
person, like
Kyle, stop.
she is just
Don't scare her away.
just amazing in every way. And yeah,
You guys run into each other very often around the world, or is this a rare moment where you get to see each other face to face?
We run into each other like
Yeah.
in the States, but this is rare.
To be on the other side of the world.
well, I'm here because of Kelly.
I wouldn't
She
say
called and I
that.
answered. I was like, I'm on my way, Kelly. I'm coming. I am there, honey. Another thing I loved was Kelly Rowland's speech that she got to announce me for the Woman of the Year. But one of the things that touched me, so I thought I wasn't going to cry. And my mother used to always say, Jennifer, you always crying. And before I knew it, y'all. It wasn't my fault. It was Kelly Rowland's fault. She was so amazing. That woman knows she can speak. I have to send her a huge thank you and a shout out. The way she got up and spoke and her introduction and her tribute was so amazing. By the time it was time for me to speak, I was like, okay, I can't even speak because I'm up here crying the whole time throughout the speech. So I just, again, want to say thank you to her for coming out, for lending her support.
Okay. Yeah, so you have
That's
some
hilarious.
influence. You have some influence.
No,
What's up,
Kelly
man?
Rowland is that's my friend right there, but that's so funny.
Yes,
I love that.
So now you know that two really big music artists are loving your stuff.
I'm humble, man, and I appreciate that. Honestly, I'm fans of them both, so that means a lot right there. I didn't even know that. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm encouraged to go make some more.
You know what, Kelly? You put it down, girl. Damn it. You kind of remind me of a young Tina Turner.
There we go.
And I'm going to buy that album tomorrow.
Why, thank you, Lou.
So, and with Destiny's Child, first of all, it started with, we had tremendous talent, you know, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, amazing talent, and very passionate about what they do, still are. And I believe that it all really starts with passion.
Davis and Kelly Rowland. But Kelly Rowland didn't come to the group until later. They didn't want to let Kelly sing for me. She was there, but they didn't want to let her sing for me because she was new. She was the new girl on the block, and they didn't know anything about her, and so they didn't want to allow her to sing. But something about Kelly just intrigued me. Her face, there was something about her presence that said this girl's a star. So I kept asking about her and kept asking about her. Then one day I got a phone call from the former manager who said, come over. And she thinks that she's found the girl, the third girl. And when I got to her house, it was Kelly Rowland. Well, I was elated. And then I said, oh God, please let this girl be able to sing. And she opened her mouth and she could sing, but her voice was so tiny. It was so tiny that I had to almost sit inside her mouth to hear it. But I could hear that diamond. I could hear it.
Tiffany, what are you going to sing for us tonight?
Nowhere to Run by Martha Reeves.
Okay. Randy?
Yo, dog. Yes.
You know, Tiffany, I think you really took a risk with that song. You showed your vulnerability. You really hit your high register. And I think you look amazing.
I don't think she looks amazing at all. I don't think you have any future in this business at all. Dreadful. Sorry, terrible.
Well, Mr. Record Executive, Mr.
Yes.
Number One, Mr. Chart Topper.
You really do sound like Paula.
Just for your 411.
Yeah.
That is Miss Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child.
You saying they're ugly?
They're not ugly.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Destiny's Child didn't have no ugly
few of
girl.
them aren't that talented.
Yeah, I would say that.
And by few, I mean all of them but Beyonce.
Even Kelly Rowland is talented.
No, she's killing it. Name a recent song of hers. Just like Lance Bass ain't Justin Timberlake.
So that's a horrible comparison.
They're the same person. Lance Bass went on to do his own shit. Kelly went to go on and do her own shit.
You mean JC.
No, I mean Lance Gay Bass. Again, name a Kelly Rowland song without a famous person on it. Go.
Bro, go
Chappelle.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you gotta look it up? Oh, but go, Malik. You gotta look it up. Oh, no, Flowers was big on her own. That's cool. That just came out. That's huge.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Huge song.
Flowers. You heard
No,
it?
he's being an asshole. Oh, no one's ever fucking heard of it.
He's being an asshole.
Dude, Cherish You, Lance.
He knows. But the thing is, Kelly has had a distinguished, awesome career on her own. And she has.
That's not what you said. That's not what you asked.
But that's not what, right. Like, I
That's
thought
not what you said.
I guess I kind of thought that was a given. Like, I'm like, it didn't really cross my mind that it would be seen as a bad thing because to me, like, she's Kelly Rowland, bro. Like, she's a fucking star. Like, I didn't even, like, she's like an icon. She's an icon, not only for Destiny's Child, but for, you know, and dope records she's made, but being beautiful and an actress. And like, she has a lot of stuff going on.
Do you think there's a lot?
That he wasn't being evil in the questioning. And that is a thing. I think that's a reasonable thing to ask because, listen, anyone that stands, Kelly, of course, is a superstar in her own right. And she has quite the solo career herself. She can stand on her own. That's a fact. Gorgeous girl, gorgeous woman, and very liked. But, you know, of course, I don't think that was a rude question. I get how it can be taken that way, though. Al, what do you think about it? Do you think it was rude?
I definitely think what he was trying to say wasn't rude, but how it came out was definitely disrespectful. But, you know, Kelly Rowland has always exercised style and grace. She's done it for 32 years. We know that Destiny's Child started in 1990, and she has been kind of in the wings behind Beyonce, but she still, like you said, Claudia, has done many great things and continues to show up and show out, you know, whenever she goes on tour.
She brings soul. She don't want to talk about herself.
Yeah.
I can see. But her voice is really, it is sweet and it is soulful and raspy and it's like a edge. It's not as clear as Kelly's. Kelly's is so clear and beautiful. It's so different. They both sound so beautiful. It's nice to have the difference. So you have, you know, you don't hear like you listen to the same person.
Shout out to Kelly Rowland. She's in the house.
Kelly has a new single. It's called Bump Like This. I love it. I can listen to it 100 times in a row.
Kelly told you so. Come on. Told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Y'all didn't think that I could bump like this. Said I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Turn around and I make it jump like this. You wanna kick that butt and make it jump like this. Kelly told you so. Come on. Told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Y'all didn't think that I could bump like this. Said I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Turn around and I make it jump like this. If Kelly told you so, come on. Told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Y'all didn't think that I could bump like this. Said I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Turn around and I make it jump like this. You wanna kick that butt and make it jump like this. For the drama, watch me blow through them. I know I sound confident, I'm supposed to know. we do it big, how we live. Kelly told you so. Come on, told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Y'all didn't think that I could bump like this. Said I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Turn around and I make it jump like this. You wanna keep that?
There is no better bitch on the planet who represents the chocolates better than Miss Kelly Rowland. If you needed motivation, if you needed a little motivation to get your ass back in the gym in 2012, Kelly Rowland and her tight ass abs are here for a little treat. My girl.
Say
here.
very well.
Very well.
Especially if I have a muse in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So like things that I won't mention. And so like you compel an awful lot to say because I've always thought you were beautiful for like a very, very long time. And I've been watching you, like, you know, your personal life, how much of it was publicized and, you know, keeping tabs on you about who you were dating or whatever at the time and seeing what your taste was. And, you know, I know you wear a size 2.
Yeah, I do.
So my definition of lady killer is just, it's just about timing. You know what I'm saying? It would be a crime of passion. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy.
Do you know what? I actually did go to one, I believe it might have been a Brit. I got into an after party, but Destiny's Child were there, and I just got in. I was feeling like really cool about myself. I was standing and waiting and looking over this balcony, and I got a tap on the shoulder, but I've turned around really cocky. I was like, yeah, and it was Beyonce and Kelly Rowland coming to say hello because we've done a few shows. I instantly like went into my show. I was like. Hi, how you doing? Well, like, hey, good to see you, because we did do a couple of shows with them. We did a few, I think we did Top of the Pops and another show we met them before, and they're really friendly, so they came and said hello.
Well, me and Kelly were really cool. She called me her big brother, and she confided in me saying, listen, you know, I know Beyonce's, you know, amazing and as Matthew's daughter, but I really want people to see what I can do. So I said, I got you. So I told Mona Scott and them, who managed us at the time, the record that I have to do with Destiny Child, I want Kelly to lead the other verse. Well, Matthew came back and said he didn't recommend that. And when I insisted, he said, well, how about you guys just have it as Kelly from Destiny Child? And I was like, well, no, because I led the record that we did with Destiny Child, and it said featuring Next. It didn't say featuring RL from Next. And then subsequently, Mona cut a deal with Matthew and just had Beyonce do a record with Missy or something. So it took my favor. So it was an issue for a long time, but it was never an issue with Beyonce or the rest of the girls. It was an issue with Matthew and Mona for doing bad business on our end.
I mean, of course, Destiny's Child, man. DC in the building. Now, they were to us like we are to En Vogue. Like, they were our babies. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Remember we were gonna beat up that guy group that was messing with Kelly, and we hemmed him up in the elevator.
Oh shit.
Blackberry.
Bobby Valentino group.
One of them, we hemmed him up in the elevator, put a mess with my sister. Who punch you in your face, touch my sister.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
You guys inspired me. I know you inspired so many others. Like, who are some of the groups that you mentored that you've like seen flourish?
Destiny's Child for sure.
Absolutely.
Love
baby Destiny's Child. What were they? What were they back then? The name of the group
was
was
Girls Time.
Yeah. Girls Time. Yeah. They would show up at our hotel. That we would take them with us on meet and greets and autograph signings. They would spend the night in our hotel. This little slumber parties. We loved them.
Yo, baby.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Everything they are today. And Beyonce, Kelly, and all of them are today. We knew that back then.
Yeah, they worked hard. They worked hard at 10 years old.
Yeah.
But Kelly Rowland owes things to you, right? You were 8 years old?
Well, I know that when I was in the 3rd grade at Briar Grove Elementary School in Houston, Texas, Kelly and I were friends. And we used to play Barbies in the closet. And she was singing Whatever You Want From Me from Whitney Houston. And I heard her sing, and I was like, I think that you need to come and audition from the group that I'm in. So then my mom spoke with her mom, and Kelly was definitely that. Kelly has an amazing voice. Her voice was amazing. I could not even get out of that, and I was in the 3rd grade.
And you knew, and you had the foresight. A lot of people don't really think, this person has an amazing voice. Let me bring them into my situation.
No, Kelly, her voice is amazing. It's angelic. Like, it really is. When I heard Kelly Rowland sing this while we was playing Barbies in the closet, this one right here. Wait, it's right here? Nope, not yet. You're making me feel like I'm doing it big. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You know.
Here it come.
You know.
When I heard Kelly Rowland sing this while we was playing Barbies in the closet, this one right here. Wait, it's right here? Nope, not yet.
The Empress Braids. And you did a remix with Kelly Rowland, right? What was that interaction like, and what was the birth of that for Kelly to jump on board?
To be honest, I grew up listening to Destiny's Child. I grew up listening to Destiny's Child. I used to fake put Beyonce's number on my phone. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland's number. I used to fake put their numbers on the house phone.
Yeah.
And now that I have a song with her, it's amazing. She sent me a DM. She was like, she wants to jump on Bloody Samantha. I was like, amen.
You see
amen.
You see the power of setting things up.
Everything in the move is a business move. How about it? I'm about it. So serious on my conscience. Makes you kill us from my crown shit. I'm way too high, tick like a dynamite. You're not killing my vibe, my vibe.
Indeed, but I have to talk about the lovely collaboration you did with Kelly Rowland.
Yes.
How did that happen, and how that all sort of came about for you?
So Kelly Rowland, she's just the nicest person and the best person ever.
Sure.
And she went to be on the remix. I was like, yes. Yeah. And when she said her verse, I was so shocked.
Yeah.
Because she was just she just went crazy on the verse, and it was just amazing. So thank you, Kelly.
Ooh.
Who would you like as much as she liked Bone? Who was the closest person to Bone for you?
Oh my God, I feel super. Say it. I'm obsessed with Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland?
I want to wear her skin.
Don't ever say that like that again. I want to skin. The way she scratched her lotion in the basket. Fast forward, you putting on Kelly Rowland's skin. I'm sorry. What happened? How'd you fall in love with Kelly Rowland?
I just feel like as a brown skinned girl, I don't know. I'm obsessed with her. Even when she had her athletics clothing line come out, I was like, oh yeah, I work out. I just love her. And I don't care what she does. She can never.
You watch the Christmas movie Molly Wayne?
I really enjoy Free Kelly Rowland with Armand Hammer, mainly because I do believe that Kelly Rowland is a very underappreciated musician, and she has many, many good solo records.
Many.
Not just singles, solo records. And she invented two genres, country music with Train on the Track, and Oonts music with all of those amazing... Yeah, think about it.
Also, there's the Nelly and Kelly.
And Nelly and Kelly.
And that's a country song.
And that is a country song.
That's a country song.
So she deserves her credit for inventing those two genres.
Low-key, that is the OG Old Town Road. Yes. I remember when I heard that song, I was like, this is a Toby Keith, Shania, duo.
Mm-hmm. Before Joe's existed.
Yes.
She's...
People sleep on that shit.
People really do.
People sleep on that shit. Go back and listen to that song.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you hook up with
somebody ask you, or how do you even get to that point where you're writing for artists like Kelly Rowland?
I had met her A&R at the time. I met with her A&R at the time, and he had already kind of heard of me through Adrian. And, he was like, hey, we're going to do like a writing camp. Kelly needs, I think like one more song for a project. And I'm inviting you to do it. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, give it a shot. So I went to this studio. It's a big, nice studio. And there were like 6 rooms. We had like 6 rooms in it. And, each of them had like producers, it was like some big name producers in there and songwriters, that, they was walking past me. I mean, it was just like, hey, how am I going to compete with this? Like, writing camp. I never did anything like that. And so, I was waiting for hours really. And I'm like, can I get a room? They were like, well, we don't have any more rooms, but, there's one like, little small room, but we don't have any engineers for you. And I actually, learned how to engineer myself. So I was taught to engineer myself. Shout out Uncle Andre. But I was taught to engineer myself. So I got in, and they had kind of gave me like just some random beats, wrote it. Kelly just walked in, and she was just like, I love it. That was the first time I ever met her. Well, no, that was the second time I came in contact with her. But really just talked to her. And she loved it, and I just finished writing it, and that just ended up being the song to go for. And I was just like, wow, that's dope.
Somebody told me she cried when she heard your record. Is that true?
I don't know.
I was like, Jane Hancock got him crying? Like, that's what's up. Like, that's what somebody told me.
She was really touched. She was really like, really
Rowland cried.
touched. I don't know. She's a sweetheart, so like, I don't know. Kelly is just so
She made
nice.
Kelly Rowland cry.
Did you get any placements while y'all was out there writing?
My first major placement outside of Adrian was Kelly Rowland.
And is this the story attached to Kelly Rowland that you made her cry?
I think did I?
Yeah.
She's sweet. She really is sweet. I do remember the engineer at the studio. He called me on like some like real low vibes. He was like, hey, don't say nothing because I could get fired. But Kelly came back in here just to listen to your song, and she's just playing it on repeat. So I was just like, wow. So maybe shortly after that, they sent me the record, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe it. Like, Destiny's Child was like one of my favorite groups ever.
Wow.
So that was just like, wow, And then she called me on the day the album dropped, and
that's fine.
She's so graceful. Even years later, when I seen her at the Essence Fest, she, stopped everything just to be like, Jane, I rock with you. So
that's
all right. _Shay Y26. Do you have a Kelly Rowland song that you wish could have been yours? Listen, Kelly's got some dope material. There was a song that Kelly had back in the day called Still in Love with My Ex. All right. That song, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Still in Love with My Ex. What album was that on? Was that on Ms. Kelly? Yep. She's also got a song, y'all, on that same album. It's called Better Without You. That's the song that I wish was mine because of the harmonies, how she stacks. Kelly really, y'all want to talk about me being the queen of bridges. I will say Kelly is a queen of harmonies, arranging those background vocal harmonies. Kelly is dope at that. Another song that I wish was mine by Kelly Rowland is You Change, which is actually a song that myself and Beyonce appears on an album of hers. The album called Talk a Good Game. You Change is on that album. Kelly's got amazing music. I think some of it is so underrated. But yes, Still in Love with My Ex, Better Without You, You Change, some of my favorites by Kelly Rowland.
And when it comes to Kelly, oh my gosh, I wanted to work with Kelly for so long. Yeah. She is the kindest. Not like
she's amazing.
She is just amazing. Like I can go on and on about how
I feel the same way about you and her. I mean, you both have, every time I've talked to you, every time I've had you on, you're good from the inside out.
And then Kelly Rowland, who is like, that's my girl. I've worked with her in the past, and I love the fact that she's transitioning from music to film as this actress and doing her thing.
The whole dynamic between Anderson and Bobby is really pronounced in this scene as far as how competitive they are.
How was it working with Kelly, by the way?
The kindest person on the planet. I love her. She was like she was my best fiance. I adore her. Like there's like words cannot express how much I am grateful for her to be in my life in this way. And I've met Kelly way before we filmed. But I always wanted to work with her, like just in some aspect. Like I didn't know what it was or like what her inspirations were or what she wanted to do. But when she said yes to it, I was very, very excited. And I love her. Like I adore her.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. Ironically, it wasn't even in relation at all with that brand. But a little birdie whispered in her ear, and she found her way to my studio, and that was incredible. And that really did cement, did something for the studio. Especially in the very early days of the studio, what it allowed for was to have a big international community come to the studio. And so a lot of people from Belgium, Canada, the UK, from the States, coming to the studio, and it was because they saw it from Kelly Rowland.
Whoa.
So understanding that reach is like the value of something like that. You can never put a price on something like that. So for me, I will forever cherish that memory. Yeah. But more than anything, being with her, dancing with her, laughing with her, smiling with her, hugging her, and having her beanie because she gave me her beanie. But that was incredible. So big love to Kelly, and now we've developed a relationship. So we speak and we check on each other. So, which is really cool.
Especially when you're writing records like Motivation. Why did you start that record off like that with the go? Go, 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 go. I was like, oh my God.
I made 9 tracks and about 5 songs trying to find that.
Bro, Motivation, bro.
Ill.
Motivation.
Yeah. Ill.
Like, once again, you took a safe artist. Like I said, I go back to it. I always felt like Usher was safe before Seduction.
Yeah.
And now you gave me the full context of all the people that were a part of that. Amazing. Then when you gave Kelly Rowland America's Sweetheart.
A song about,
and if you know her, such a nice person.
Awesome. She's an angel on earth.
Yeah.
You put her in a space where niggas was like King Magazine.
Yeah. Right.
For the youngins that might not know.
What young people don't know.
What a King Magazine was back in the day, baby.
Why you get your comment up?
Because you have to. You hear me? You have to. When you talk about King Magazine, you must pop your collar. Okay? Because it's in there. It put Kelly Rowland in a space. Sheesh. All due respect to my brother Tim. It put her in a space though where it was like, oh, she not fucking around.
Yeah.
Oh, this is real sexy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You did
Go longer.
You did that.
You know what I mean?
You can last more rounds.
You use out of control. And
you see,
and when we're done,
I don't want to feel my legs.
Come on, man.
Why you pause?
Come on, man.
I don't want to feel my legs.
Yes.
Special record, bro.
Thank you, man.
Special. You could pull up in the Nissan after that record, and niggas is still gonna respect it.
Now listen, the valet will open your Nissan door. Hey, this Mr.
Would you like this up front?
Would you like?
I tried to valet a scooter one time in Miami. They told me no. I definitely tried to valet a scooter one time. They told me no.
Park that in between the Winnebago and the Hummer.
I'll tell you when to bring it around.
Back in my bullshit days. Man,
listen,
I got to bring that record up, brother.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you bringing that record up because you kicked my ass on that record. That record had me in a chokehold.
Only kicked our ass twice, though. You don't know another.
Funny thing is though, we actually wrote Like a Boy for Kelly Rowland. Wrote Like a Boy for Kelly Rowland, which is hilarious because like fast forward a long time, I end up in session with Kelly Rowland maybe a year or so later in Atlanta, and we're in session and she's like, JQ, what I really want is a record like that Like a Boy song. Shit. And I was like, stop. And she was like, what? I was like, Kelly, stop. And she was like, I'm being serious, JQ. I was like, we wrote Like a Boy for you. She was like, why didn't you let me hear it? We did. Now, the A&R that we sent it to happened to be in the room. And we're like, we sent it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. And it's the only time I've seen fire in Kelly's eyes. Because Kelly is actually the sweetest person in the music business.
Yes.
And Kelly turned and looked at him and said, you don't make another decision about a record without me. And I was like, oh, kind of like that. I like that attitude.
Authority.
Wow. My favorite production I've ever worked on, other than Scream, of course, is
Merry Little Christmas. So it's a movie I've been doing with Kelly Rowland for the past 4 years. It airs on Lifetime, and it's always a pleasure to get back to it. We're gonna film part 4 this year, and it's just a huge sense of family, and you can catch that on Lifetime. It's Merry Little Christmas.
That's crazy that you said that, because me and Rex, we love Christmas movies. So with the Christmas list, and so that one was definitely on our radar. So
it's feel good. It's like feel good movies, right? So it's always a pleasure, because the atmosphere on set is light. Kelly always brings so much energy and so much love and warmth to the whole cast and crew. So yeah.
Yes. So our next question is, working with Kelly Rowland was, if you could describe that in one word.
So enriching. She's a beast. I knew that as a fan of Destiny's Child, I knew that going into the first one, but I didn't know how down to earth and how warm and smart and caring she is. And she's constantly dishing out amazing life advice and really made me and the rest of the crew, actually, rest of the cast, feel like part of a family. And she's just super talented. She's not a triple threat. She's like a quadruple, quintuple, sextuple threat. She got everything. And she doesn't stop. She doesn't stop.
Kelly Rowland is a huge motivator. I've been around her, watching her go to set and kill it, and then be on her phone with various members of her team dealing with her liquor, her clothing, her sponsorships, her music, and then they're like, all right, calling for a scene, we need Kelly to set. And she just gets up and goes and performs as Jackie, and then sits back down and gets back to running her empire. Kelly Rowland. I'm gonna stop right there. That's it. I was gonna add a few more names, but that's it. Yeah, big up Kelly. That's my sis right there.
Beyonce about to come in you a little off key. I've seen old interviews of them together, and it is jokes. Why she stopped making music? She got some cool little albums. She had this one album I used to play all the time. What was it called? I need to download that again.
Here we go again. Now I'm telling thee that she's just a friend, and now I'm calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can take it no more. No,
what song is that?
No, here we go.
That's Kelly, right?
Here we go again. Now I'm calling thee to call on your friends. Now I'm calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can take this no more. No, 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 no.
It's Trina featuring Kelly Rowland.
Here we go. He had the thing and as Marilyn Monroe. He had a tryout with the Sixers, couldn't wait for them to go. Now you're never gonna see him stand flying high as Kobe can. His life was so now you never know. You remember that?
Oh, you a Kelly fan?
I am a Kelly fan.
Stole?
Yes.
Oh
his life was so stone. Now you never know.
Who is the most interesting person, besides Mr. Knowles, of course, that you guys have met since you became a group?
Kelly Rowland.
Really?
I'm gonna say Kelly Rowland.
What? Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
With Kelly Rowland, well, she played a big part when I was growing up, period, in my high school days. So when Sonny found me, I was telling Sonny about it. And so Sonny was like, you know, okay. And so we got signed with Mr. Knowles. It was weird. And then so we just had Atlanta car show.
Yeah.
Car and bike show that we did.
106 car show.
And, you know, she has June's Diary. And they were there. And they performed. So when we got to meet Kelly and she seen us across the room, she ran to us. And she was, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Great job. And I finally got to introduce her. And they were just like, we heard so much about you. And she's just so sweet. She took a picture with us. She gave us great advice. And that was something we just took with us. And we were really, because it's like meeting the entire Destiny's Child group. It's like really being like we're Music World Entertainment.
I was meeting Kelly. It was so nice, honestly.
She's so nice. She smells so good. She looks expensive.
Yeah. I'm trying to look like that.
So you guys had a wicked visit from Kelly Rowland in the studio, right? What was that like? Talk to me about the whole day. What did you have for breakfast that day? Like, what happened?
Well, I can't remember what happened before, but we were going in the studio with M&EK to finish one of our songs.
Finish Not My Job.
Not My Job.
Swear.
And then another one, right? Yeah, another one. Yeah.
What one?
I did some vocals for it. No, we wrote it. We finished
it.
Yeah. And then I'm just sat on the couch, just with my headphones in, chilling, and she just walks in the door.
So it was a surprise?
Yeah. M&EK like sorted it out with her.
Orchestrated the whole thing.
And it was,
wow. So when Kelly Rowland walks in the door in your studio session and you have no idea she's coming, you have no idea she's going to be there, well, how do you guys react?
I looked at Uzo and he was like so happy and I was like, oh my gosh, what?
No, it was crazy. I didn't even have a lash on.
Miss Rowland, you know, what did you guys talk about?
Well, we just
I
kind
can't
of
remember.
like,
We were just
staring
looking at
at her like this. First of all,
her.
she looked incredible. She looked so expensive, and like she just had the clean face, the little slick bun. I see it every time I close my eyes. I see it. And no, when everyone gives us really good advice. Obviously, her advice is more, you know, has more weight because she knows what we're going through. So it was really nice to get advice from her. And then we were like, have you listened to our music? Have you listened to our music? And then she was like, no, what song should I listen to? And we had to put her on Feature Me, obviously, best song on the EP. And yeah, I hope she's listened to it.
And Kelly Rowland comes on to me like, oh my God, I love your movie. She comes and hugging me. I'm like,
what she smell like, by the way?
No.
I mean, everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know.
No.
On top of being a living legend and multi-platinum singer-songwriter, she has devoted time and money to HIV awareness throughout the years, including a trip to Africa to help spread the word.
With your story, with her, and of course, let me just tell anybody in Hollywood right now, if this woman does not play Donna Summer in a biopic and win an Oscar, I'm going to go ahead and say it 100%. It's you.
Thank you.
But But she had such a heart. I mean, watching the documentary, her heart and her fight and her dedication to the art. You know, she talked about performing these songs, and she wanted everything to be a theater, a performance, and that's how you are about your music.
Yes.
I mean, you're a person who every detail matters.
It does.
And that's what she embodied.
When love takes over.
Oh yeah.
Whenever that, and it's old, but like.
You know, it's funny. I spoke to Kelly Rowland like a week ago. Really crazy. I'm in Los Angeles doing grocery shopping.
What? When she was at the Whole Foods?
And I bump into her. Isn't this crazy?
What?
And we're like, what? That's cool. That's
Did you start singing together?
And we're just so happy to see each other. And I was telling her like how grateful I am because she's the first famous artist that gave me her trust. Because when I did When Love Takes Over, you know, like I met her in a club in Cannes, and I was playing the instrumental, and she came to me and asked, "What is this record?" I said, "This is just a beat I made, you know." And she's like, "Can I try something on it?" Crazy, right?
That's how it all came together.
Yeah, and you know, I had some successful records together with Chris Willis, but I never worked with like a big global superstar like her, you know. So this is something I don't forget.
I feel like that kind of paved the way for all the other collabs that you did with pop stars.
No, absolutely, because you know, it was that time. There was When Love Takes Over that came first, and then at the same time I got a fitting with Black Eyed Peas and Memories with Kid Cudi, Sexy Chick. It was all like within 3-4 months, which is it's just crazy.
Wow, that must have been like a pivotal moment in your career.
Oh yeah,
just
for
like
that in my
all of it
life,
happening.
it was insane.
To be standing next to Army royalty, if you understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Come on! Legendary!
I'm standing next to the Kelly Rowland. Y'all give it up on the top. We have to do that for you, baby. Give me your flowers while you're here. Can I do that? That's very sweet. Kelly, let me talk to you, okay? Because I think I speak for everybody in this room when I say thank you. Thank you for your contributions to music, but to black culture, black joy, black magic, all of that. That's you. Yeah? And you also know that you are so appreciated, you are so loved, you are so valued, and the entire community will always have Kelly Rowland's back. Can I hear something? You know what?